Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on my channel. I'm Adam and this is Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 23. Today I got two more competitors here fighting for a spot in round 2. And looking at these, I originally thought one was going to win, but now I generally think the other's going to win. So it's not the first time that happened, but this is one of them. Let's introduce these beasts and then we'll go to their stats. So, representing Series 1, where it all began, is book number 2, Sepron, the Sea Serpent. Sepron's team members, Arcta and Nanook, have already fought in the tournament, and both of them have failed. Furno, Tagus and Epos have yet to fight. So, and Tagus is actually in the very next fight as well. So, yeah. And on the other side, represented Series 10, Master of the Beasts, it is book number 2, Shamani, the Raging Flame. Now, Shamani's team members, only one of them has already competed in the tournament. That was Lustor, and Lustor is already through to round 2. So, with that, one has none of their series making it through to round 2 at the moment, whilst the other has at least one. So with that, let's get these beasts to the stats.
Sepron the Sea Serpent. Sepron guards the Western Ocean, keeping Avantia's fishing boats safe from storms and patrolling the depths right down to the seabed. His eyes are pale and his body is covered in green scales that glimmer with every colour of the rainbow when the sun hits them. And now, onto his stats. Underwater breathing, tidal wave generation, sharp fangs strong enough to destroy Grashgor's whip, serpent coils can constrict his foes, and of course the water breath that shoots water from his mouth. Now, let's see how he does in the tournament.
Shamani, the Raging Flame. Shamani takes the form of a huge cat with black fur that gleams like split oil. He can leap 20 paces in a single bound, and he has long, vicious fangs. Shamani is an ancient beast once defeated by the Red Knights of Forton. This beast's roars are so loud they splinter rocks and sparks fly when he rakes his claws across the ground. With a flick of his tail he can knock out a whole-grown man flying. And now onto his stats. Razor-sharp amber claws, sharp fangs, flame aura immune to fire, enhanced strength enough to match Arcta, enhanced durability can survive attacks from Arcta, fast reaction able to predict upcoming attacks, Whiptail can knock a man out, Beast Roar can splinter rock. Let's see how he does in the tournament.
3, 2, 1!
Let's get into this. I'm going to start things off with Sepron's weaknesses. So one is enchantments. Obviously we can't do enchantments, but yeah, that's one of his weaknesses. Durability limits. He has a limit to how much hits he can take. And water requirement. He cannot survive long out of water and cannot really go on land because he doesn't have any legs. But yeah, that's Sepron. As for Shamani's weakness, which is one, it's durability limits. Just like Sepron, he can't take a loss of hits. But yeah, that's these two beasts. The fight will take place in the clock arena from the Hunger Games. Catching fire because, well, sea beast versus land beast. What are you going to do? So, as both beasts exit from their chambers, we are greeted by Shamani just jumping right out of the chamber and roaring into the arena, ready for his fight. Sepron just coils his way out through the underwater chamber, and here's Shamani's roar of excellence, let's say. And he sees that Shamani looks like just any regular old panther. But then Shamani arches her back and gives a loud hiss, and then her entire body bursts into flames. Like, she now has a fiery shield. But like the stats said, she can't manipulate the fire in any way. Sepron, in a confusion and bewilderment, decides that what he's going to do, he's going to poke his head out the water to greet Shamani, but then instantly dive back below the water, creating the tidal wave, which is what he does, that's coming straight towards Shamani. Shamani sees this, and using his enhanced reaction timing, he runs to the other end of the arena, climbs up, and using his speed as well, he runs up the wall and jumps over the tidal wave. But Sepron has already created another tidal wave coming his way. Shamani, what he does is he ducks behind a rock for cover, and sees steam just water evaporating off his fur, and he's like, okay, it's that hot. Sepron, in confusion, decides that he's going to take in a big gulp of water and shoots it towards Shamani. The force he used to go towards Shamani shatters the rock almost instantly. Shamani saw the rock cracking and gets out of the way just in time before it explodes. He gets hit by some of the rocks, but nothing too major. He then runs up towards Sepron while Sepron is still shooting water to him, and then causing tidal waves as well. And he dodges all of them and lands on top of Sepron to where he's just scratching at Sepron's scales. Sepron dives below the water. Shamani just dodges that just in time before getting in the water and lands on one of the spokes. And Sepron knew that would happen though, and used his tail to smash the spoke that Shamani was standing on. Shamani, the ground below Shamani just wavered and just fell beneath the water. Shamani is now swimming, trying to get to land as quick as she can. However, Sepron has Shamani right where he wants him. Using his coils, he wraps himself around Shamani, bringing Shamani's claws to him, and just pulls Shamani deeper down into the water. Shamani is struggling for breath, trying to get free, but it's not working. Sepron then lets go of Shamani, but not completely, wrapping his tail around him, and using his tail, he smashes Shamani repeatedly into the arena wall, battering and bruising and denting his Shamani's face, to the point where Shamani's barely moving, and Sepron realises, maybe he needs some air. So he comes out of the water and slams him down onto the ground. Shamani is just struggling to stay alive, just twitching very little, gets back up very weakly, stares at Sepron and hisses in anger and retaliation, to where she's going to attack Sepron again. But Sepron saw that coming and decides to greet Shamani with another tidal wave. However, Shamani is too weak to react in time and just takes it, getting swept away, landing on a far spoke. And what Sepron does, he shatters the centre island, and all the spokes start sinking below the water as well, with the island as well. And as Shamani gets back up, he's greeted by Sepron roaring right into his face, and Sepron just chomps down on Shamani's head and ripping it clean off. Shamani's body falls down to the ground lifeless as the spoke that he's standing on starts to sink as well, bringing him with him. So that Sepron has won, Shamani has lost. If you think Shamani should have won, please leave in the comments below why you think that. However, my word is final and Sepron has won. Now, a main reason why Shamani lost is because he's a fiery beast going against a water beast. And whilst that hasn't stopped some beasts winning before, I think the main problem with this is that Shamani can't control fire anyway. His entire body is just coated with a small layer of fire, which, if extinguished, he's kind of screwed. And that's exactly what happened. So Shamani is out. Sepron is going on to round 2. And with that, that is all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press this little notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.